So before I started recording, I already washed my face and moisturized it, and now I'm starting with my foundation. I use Natural FX liquid foundation. It has SPF and it's oil free, and I'd say it's full coverage, so it's perfect for acne prone skin. I got it at Sephora and it cost about $40, but it lasts a really long time and you're able to squeeze out so much when you're almost done with the product. I know some bottles you can't get to the last drop, but you can get to every last drop in this product, which I really like. So what I do is I just take a wedge makeup sponge and I apply the foundation to the back of my hand first, and then I use the sponge to apply it to my face, and I focus it on my problem areas, and then I just kind of pat it and spread it around gently all over my whole face. Then I take my e.l.f. foundation brush and I swirl a little bit more of the foundation onto my face using circular motions, and basically I'm just buffing out my foundation really good so that it's super blended and you don't see any lines or smudges. It's super important to blend it on your jawline, going down your neck, and on your hairline so that you can't tell that you have makeup on. Then I take just a little bit more of the foundation onto the back of my hand and I use my wedge sponge again to focus it on my problem areas to create a second layer. I use Natural FX concealer as well. It's like a liquid concealer. It lasts super long. I think it's like $38. I just squirt a little bit onto the back of my hand and warm it up with my fingers by patting it. Then I pat it underneath my eye where I have dark circles. I'm not blending it or rubbing it in with my fingers, I'm just placing it onto my face. Then I put the leftovers around my mouth where I have a little bit of darkness, and onto my chin too. I use my sponge to blend it all out. I use a drugstore brand translucent powder and an e.l.f. angle brush to set my concealer with. I use the translucent powder on the areas where I put my concealer because those are the areas where I really don't want to look shiny or greasy, so I really focus the powder on those areas. Next I use my Covergirl pressed powder, which matches my skin tone, and I lightly dust it all over my face. I just use a drugstore bronzer. I think this one is NYC or Rimmel London or something like that, and it has a dark side and a light side. So starting off with the dark bronzer, I use that to contour the sides of my face. I focus the dark color on the hollows of my cheeks and I use a lighter highlight color right above it. I also use this bronzer on the temples and on my jawline and a little bit on my chin just to contour my whole face. My foundation and my concealer completely whites out my face, so I want to make sure I bring some warmth back into it with the bronzer. I use a little bit of the same bronzer to contour the sides of my nose. I'm using a light baby pink colored blush. I don't know where it's from because it fell out of a random kit, but I'm using my Eco Tools blush brush just to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. Moving on to eyebrows, I use my eyebrow toothbrush to brush out my eyebrows first. Then I move on to the pencil and I basically just outline my natural eyebrow shape. I try to keep it really natural and not too thick and not too pointy and not too artificial looking, so I just kind of lightly outline each eyebrow. Then I take my small angle brush and I basically use that just to smudge out the eyebrow pencil that I've already used. I don't use any eyeshadow on the brush when I'm going for a natural look, but if I wanted my eyebrows to be much darker, I would put some dark brown eyeshadow on the brush and use that to kind of further fill them in. But right now I'm just smudging the pencil that I already have on there. Then I go back in with my eyebrow toothbrush and brush them back into place. Next, I take my NYC Concealer Stick, which is a few shades lighter than my face, and I use my small concealer brush from e.l.f., dip it into the concealer stick, and line the bottom of my eyebrows. This helps to hide any stray hairs or mistakes and give you that really clean finished look. Some people do it on the top and the bottom, and sometimes I do that too, but for a more natural look, I just do it on the bottom. Then I take my e.l.f. foundation brush and blend that out so I don't have a harsh line. Moving on to eyeshadows, I'm just going to take my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush and this light color that's in this Clinique palette, and I'm just going to highlight my brow bone with this. I'm taking that same eyeshadow color and putting it in the inner corner of each eye just to brighten up my eyes a little bit. And since I didn't cover my eyelid with concealer, the natural darkness of my eye kind of looks like eyeshadow. Now for mascara, I use Maybelline Great Lash Mascara in black. I don't like waterproof mascaras because they never come off, so I just use the regular one. And this one has a really big brush, which I like because I have long lashes. First, I just do one basic coat, which looks like this. And then I go back over and I focus on the roots, and I'm basically just doing another coat, which looks more thick like this. My eyelashes are really long and dark naturally, so I can get away with just 2 coats of mascara and call it a day. For my lips, I'm just taking a baby wipe and wiping off any foundation and concealer that may have gotten on my lips to reveal my natural lip color, which is actually pink, so I'm not going to use any lip products today. The only thing I am going to do for my lips is highlight my Cupid's bow using that same highlighting eyeshadow from my eyes. And then after that, I am completely done with the makeup look. It's very natural. I tried to use as few makeup products as possible just to keep it looking natural. This is something that makes it look like I don't have a lot of makeup on, and this is something that I do for an everyday look when I don't feel like doing eyeliner and lip color or anything too dramatic or anything too time consuming. So it's perfect for when you're rushing out of the door and just trying to look decent for the day. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Subscribe to be updated of new videos, like this video for more like this one, check out my online clothing store, find me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram, and thank you for watching.